I've gone through every single team in the NBA, deleted their top 2 players, and replaced them with their team's greatest duo of all time. If you guys are new here, make sure you go down below right now and subscribe to the channel. Let's just start off by going through each team and finding out who their duo is going to be. Starting off on the Philadelphia 76ers, we got Moses Malone and Julius Erving. For the duos, they did have to play together in their NBA careers. It's not just going to be their 2 greatest players of all time. Moving on to the Bucks, we got Kareem and Oscar Robertson. For the Bulls, we got MJ and Scottie. For the Cavs, we got LeBron and Kyrie Irving. For the Celtics, we got Larry Bird and Kevin McHale. For the Clippers, now the greatest duo, you could say it is Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, but I didn't want to have any current duos on any of the teams, so we got Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. For the Grizzlies, we got Marc Gasol and Zach Randolph. For the Hawks, we got Dominique Wilkins and Kevin Willis. For the Heat, we got LeBron yet again and Dwayne Wade. For the Hornets, we got Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson. For the Jazz, we have John Stockton and Karl Malone. Kings, we got Oscar Robertson yet again and Jerry Lucas. For the Knicks, we got Walt Frazier and Willis Reed. Lakers, of course, we got Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. Magic, we got Penny Hardaway and Shaq making another appearance. Mavericks, we got Dirk and Steve Nash. Nets, we got Jason Kidd and Vince Carter. This is another one of those teams where Durant and Kyrie is probably their greatest duo of all time. We still got to see how they do this season, but they're looking great together. But of course, we had to replace them. Nuggets, we got Alex English and Kiki Vandeweghe. Pacers, we got Paul George and Danny Granger. Pelicans, we got AD and DeMarcus Cousins. Pistons, we got Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. Raptors, we got Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry. Rockets, we got Hakeem and Clyde Drexler. Spurs, we got Tim Duncan and David Robinson. Suns, we got Steve Nash making his second appearance and Amari Stoudemire. Thunder, we got KD and Westbrook. For the Timberwolves, we got Kevin Garnett and Sam Cassell. Trailblazers, we have Bill Walton and Maurice Lucas. Warriors, we have Curry and Durant, so Durant making another team. And for the Wizards, we have Elvin Hayes and Wes Unseld. Now, you might notice this looks nothing like Wes Unseld because he actually wasn't in the game. So I took Earl Monroe's face and then I went and looked at Wes Unseld's 2K20 My Team card, put all of his stats into this player. So this is like Wes Unseld, but not really him. It'll be interesting to see how that actually works out during this league. But those are all our teams right there. Of course, the NBA is going to be completely different, and it'll be interesting to see which duo ends up doing the best. If I were to pick a team to win it, I would go with the Miami Heat with LeBron and D Wade with that Heat team right now. They are going to be pretty unstoppable. But we're going to simulate through a season of my league, or my NBA, I guess it's called now, and see what happens. All right, we made it to the All-Star team selection. Our 2 captains, we got Oscar Robertson in the West, LeBron James in the East. Let's just auto-simulate this draft. Gotta check out which players make it. So Team Oscar, Kareem, Kobe, Dirk, and Durant all starting for him. And then, of course, some of the greatest players in NBA history as the reserves. For Team LeBron, there's actually 2 LeBrons. LeBron ended up drafting himself as a starter. They also have Michael Jordan, Garnett, and Jason Kidd. And then again, some of the greatest players of all time as the reserves. I wonder who ends up taking the dunk contest in this. It usually goes to like Zion Williamson. It's always the same players that make the dunk contest, but now with like Michael Jordan in the game, maybe they'll put him in the dunk contest. And Steph Curry is going to win the 3-point contest. Miles Bridges wins the dunk contest. He's one of the guys that's always in it. I doubt they put anyone new in there. Dunk contest was Miles Bridges, Obi Toppin, Marvin Bagley, and Lou Dort. I'm not sure why this was the dunk contest. I mean, we had some of the greatest dunkers of all time in here. I mean, we could have had like Dr. J, Dominique Wilkins, Michael Jordan in this dunk contest, and this is what they gave us. 3-point contest, they actually put some of the greatest 3-point shooters in here. Curry did end up taking it though. But let's simulate through the rest of the season. And Oscar Robertson gonna get MVP here. He was so close to averaging a triple-double. 32.5 points, 9.4 rebounds, 10.9 assists. And he shot great throughout the entire season as well. Rookie of the year goes to LaMelo Ball. He averaged 17 a game. He actually played very well last night with the upset against the Mavericks. So, I mean, LaMelo looking pretty good. DeMarcus Cousins gets 6th man of the year. Of course, you got Hakeem starting on the Rockets now. Scottie Pippen with defensive player. Michael Porter Jr. most improved. And Luke Walton is going to get coach of the year. So Oscar Robertson and the Kings looking very good. Check out our All-NBA first teams. We got Oscar, Westbrook, LeBron, another LeBron, and Moses Malone. Second team, Nash, Kobe, Garnett, Malone, Kareem. And the third team, finally Michael Jordan is here. Jason Kidd, Dirk, Larry Bird, and Willis Reed. Here's our all-defensive first team and our all-defensive second team. Again, LeBron making both all-defensive teams. And let's check out the standings here first. In the East, it's going to be the Milwaukee Bucks on top. So that's Kareem and Oscar. We had the Celtics. Magic end up doing very well, so Shaq and Penny improving them quite a bit. The Nets are actually up here. I didn't think they would do as good. They had one of the weaker duos, but hey, they're still up here. 76ers, Bulls, Hawks, Cavs, all making playoffs. And the Heat did awful. 40 and 42. This is literally the team I took to win it all with D-Wade and LeBron, and they weren't able to do it. I mean, I guess they don't have Bam, and still a very good team. I'm honestly surprised about that one. And the Pacers with the worst record in the East. I mean, this team looked like it would be pretty solid. They got rid of Sabonis and TJ Warren. Got Paul George and Danny Granger. I thought they would have done just as good. Where's Miles Turner? Going over to the West, of course, it's the Kings on top with those 68 wins. Then we had the Spurs, Pelicans with AD and Boogie, Lakers, Grizzlies did pretty good, which is kind of surprising. The Suns are up here. Warriors and the Rockets, the final team to make playoffs. Jazz barely didn't make it. And the worst team in the West is the Dallas Mavericks, led by Dirk and Steve Nash. That's a little disappointing. I was hoping for them to do a little bit better, but I mean, it is what it is. Checking out the league leaders next. Oscar Robertson was the league leader for points per game with 32.5. Moses Malone right behind him. And we actually had 6 players average over 30 points per game, 2 of them being on the Thunder, which is pretty crazy. And LeBron making 2 appearances in the top 10. Rebounds per game, it was Moses Malone with 20.6 rebounds per game. Assists, we had Steve Nash with 16.3 assists per game. That's crazy. Nobody even close to him. How many players did we have over 10 assists per game? Again, LeBron making 2 appearances. And we had 12 players average over 10 assists per game. Usually you get like 1 or 2 in a season. Steals per game, we got Walt Frazier, Jason Kidd with 2.5. Blocks per game, we had Willis Reed with 3.8. Brandon Clark, out of all players, had the best field goal percentage, shooting 63.5%. It's kind of funny. And from 3, Michael Jordan shot the best. 51.5% from 3. He didn't take the most attempts per game, 3.3. But without further ado, let's just hop into the playoffs, find out which team is going to win the championship here, starting off in the first round. And in the first round, starting off in the West, the top 4 seeds are all going to move on. Kings, Lakers, Spurs, and Pelicans. In the East, we had a few upsets. The 76ers defeat the Nets, which honestly isn't that crazy of an upset. The Bulls beat the Magic. Again, not that crazy of an upset. And then the Celtics beat the Hawks, simulate another round. Making it to the conference finals in the West, we got the Kings versus the Pelicans. Definitely not the 2 teams I would have selected to make it this far. Like, the Spurs were looking really good. The Lakers were looking really good as well. And then the East, we got the Celtics and the 76ers, which makes sense. And making it to the NBA Finals, we got the Sacramento Kings and the Philadelphia 76ers. Let's hop right into this. Game number 1 goes to the Kings. Game 2 goes to the Kings. Game 3 goes to the Kings. And game 4 is kind of close. The Kings up by 6 points with a minute and a half left. 76ers do have the ball. And Moses Malone slamming it over Rashawn Holmes and 1. That was crazy. And his free throw is a perfect release, getting that lead down to 3 points. Here's Oscar Robertson with the ball. Driving inside, pulling up. That's a perfect release. Oscar Robertson just been killing it all season. Harrison Barnes with the ball. Harrison Barnes going to pull up from 3. He can't hit. And Moses Malone with a big dunk inside. Kings could ice the game right here. We got Buddy Hield down to Oscar, just destroying in the post. Marvin Bagley puts up the worst shot I've ever seen. Marvin Bagley on him. Tobias Harris from 3. And Tobias can't hit. 76ers going to have to foul, and that should be game right there, as long as Buddy Hield hits at least one free throw. And he is going to do so. Increase that lead. A two possession game now. It's over for the Sixers here. Oscar Robertson is going to win Finals MVP. 35.2 points, 7.8 rebounds, 13.8 assists in the finals. A great performance by him, and he's up to a 99 overall. And there we go. That is going to be it for this video today. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and also go follow me on Twitter at Smequle. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Peace.
Never at ease, I don't know a limit. Chasing a dream, I don't know what sleepers. I got a queen, she lit me to eat it. She ripe like a peach and she snapped me to snippet. You well overdue for that link up in person. Text me to fall through a murder, she wrote it. Still up with courage, you're doing a service. Pull up to the crib, I'm equipped with the brush strokes. Cutthroat from the low, when no